Sean Powers is professor and chairman of marine sciences at the University of South Alabama. He and his colleague, Meagan Schrandt, are studying oyster reefs along the Gulf Coast. One of their key missions is to discover why Louisiana oyster reefs haven't recovered. Though this site in Alabama was untouched by the oil spill, it speaks volumes about the ecological importance of oyster reefs.
So oysters, everybody knows, are valuable because people like to eat them. But that's just one of the values that oysters have. Oysters are much more important ecologically than most people understand. One of the things oysters do is they stabilize the shoreline. These oysters will form a protective blanket around the marsh to make sure that wave energy doesn't erode that marsh away. One of the things we know from the Deepwater Horizon in Louisiana was when this habitat was damaged by oil, we saw more erosion of the shoreline. Let's see if we can get the boat closer to the shoreline.
Okay.
At a second research site, after first recording the water salinity
It's 23.
23, okay.
and temperature,
29.2.
they randomly mark an area and gather everything living on that part of the reef.
So we're collecting about the top 10 centimeters of material from the oyster reef. So everything that's within a quarter meter square.
All right. We're ready to take our samples back to the lab and process these so we can get good counts of the number of live oysters associated with the oyster reef.
Once back at their laboratory, they sort everything gathered by location, size, and species.
My conclusion is that in 2010, something very bad happened to oyster populations in the central Gulf of Mexico. And that was the big question for me, because once you oil those habitats, then you have a long-term legacy of the spill. Those habitats will take an enormous amount of time to come back, and species that rely on those habitats will be injured for multiple years.